I'm standing on my deck, holding a spatula, watching my neighbor Danny raise a champagne glass to 40 people. His hand is on my wife's stomach. "Mike, buddy," he says, drunk and grinning. "Becca's pregnant, and yeah, I'm the father." The silence lasts maybe 3 seconds, long enough for me to set down the spatula, long enough for my brother Thomas to move closer, long enough for everyone to realize Danny isn't joking. "I had a vasectomy 3 years ago," I say. You could hear the champagne bottle hit the wood, but let me take you back to the gym bag, to the moment I found out my wife was growing a life that couldn't be mine. Two weeks earlier, I didn't know any of this, or maybe I did and I just wasn't looking. But 3 years before that, I knew exactly what I was doing. It starts in 2019. Becca's 35. I'm 41. We have Olivia, who's 3 years old and perfect. Becca wants another baby. I want Becca to be happy. We try for 6 months, nothing. Then she gets pregnant in January 2020. We make it to 12 weeks. We buy a crib. We tell our families. Then at the 16-week scan, there's no heartbeat. Becca doesn't cry at the hospital. She just stares at the monitor, at the still image where movement should be. The tech leaves us alone. I hold her hand. She doesn't hold back. 3 months later, we try again. This time she makes it to 8 weeks. She wakes me up at 2 a.m., bleeding. I drive her to the ER. They confirm it in triage. Another miscarriage. She cries in the car on the way home, not sobbing, just silent tears rolling down her face while she stares out the window. "Maybe I'm just not meant to grow life," she says. I don't know what to say to that, so I say nothing. A grief counselor tells us it's common. 1 in 4 pregnancies. We're not alone. There are support groups. Becca goes to 2 meetings and stops. She says hearing other people's stories makes it worse. In December 2021, she gets pregnant again. This time we don't tell anyone. We barely talk about it. She takes the tests alone, shows me the positive line without words. I nod. We wait. At 6 weeks, she starts spotting. At 7 weeks, it's over. This time she doesn't cry. She takes the pills the doctor prescribes to help her body finish what it started. She stays in bed for 2 days. I bring her water. She doesn't drink it. On day 3, she gets up, showers, and goes back to work. She teaches a yoga class that night like nothing happened. When she comes home, she says, "I don't want to try again." I say, "Okay." She says, "I mean it, Mike. I can't do this again." I understand. Do you? She looks at me, and there's something broken in her eyes I've never seen before. Do you understand what it's like to have your body fail you 3 times? To grow something and kill it before it even has a chance? Becca, I'm not doing it again. I hold her that night. She falls asleep eventually. I don't. The doctor said we could try again, that there's no medical reason we can't, that some people just need more attempts. I knew I couldn't put her through that, so I made a choice I never told her about. March 14th, 2022, Monday afternoon. I tell Becca I have a flight briefing. I don't. I drive to my brother Thomas's clinic. He's a urologist. He already knows why I'm there. I called him 2 weeks ago. He tried to talk me out of it. "Mike, this is permanent." I know. You're 44. Becca's 38. If she changes her mind, she won't. You didn't see her, Tom. After the 3rd one, she was gone. I can't watch her break again. He's quiet for a long time. Then he says, "You have to tell her." "I will." "When?" "Soon." He doesn't believe me. I don't blame him. The procedure takes 15 minutes, local anesthetic. I'm awake the whole time. Thomas doesn't talk except to give me instructions. Deep breath, you'll feel pressure, almost done. When it's over, he hands me a post-op instruction sheet and a prescription for Tylenol. "You'll be sore for a few days," he says. "No heavy lifting, ice for swelling." "Got it." Mike. He puts his hand on my shoulder. Tell her, 6 months, Max. You can't build a marriage on a lie like this. I nod. I sign the discharge papers. I drive home. Becca asks how the briefing went. I say fine. She says she's making pasta for dinner. I say that sounds great. That night, she reaches for me in bed. We haven't had sex since the 3rd miscarriage, 4 months. I panic for half a second, then remember, it doesn't matter anymore. I can't get her pregnant. It's the first time we make love without me worrying about what might happen after. 6 months later, I still haven't told her. A year later, I still haven't told her. By year 2, I've convinced myself it's kinder this way. We're trying. She tracks her ovulation. We time it according to her app. Every month, the test is negative. Every month, she's disappointed, but not devastated. Maybe it's just not the right time, she says. I say, maybe. What I don't say, I get tested every year, just to make sure. 0 sperm count, 0 chance. 3 years of negative pregnancy tests, and she never once suspects it's me. The doctor said try again. I knew I couldn't watch her break, so I lied. And for 3 years, we tried for a baby I knew would never come. Then, 2 Saturdays ago, I get home from a flight, Denver to LAX. Quick turnaround. I land at 4 p.m., home by 5:30. Becca's teaching a class until 7. The house is quiet. Olivia's at a friend's birthday party. I'm alone. I go upstairs to change. I see Becca's gym bag on the bed. She must have forgotten it this morning. It's unzipped. I can see her yoga mat rolled up inside. I don't snoop. I'm not that guy. But there's a piece of paper sticking out from the side pocket. It's folded in half, and I can see a corner of what looks like a photograph. I pull it out. It's an ultrasound. 8 weeks. The date is May 18th, 2025, 3 weeks ago. The clinic name is printed at the top, Bright Beginnings Women's Health. There's a handwritten note in the corner in pen, Baby C, due DECA 2025. I sit down on the bed. I stare at the grainy image, the little bean-shaped blur. I do the math. 8 weeks, conceived in late March. I was on a 4-day trip to Tokyo, March 22nd to 26th. Becca was home. I pull out my phone. I open her text messages. I don't have her passcode, but I can see the names on the lock screen when notifications come in. I've seen Danny C. a few times over the past couple months. I assumed it was about landscaping. Danny lives 3 doors down, runs a small construction company. He did our deck 2 summers ago. I go to our cell phone account online. I'm the primary account holder. I can see text message logs, Becca's phone. Danny C., 2,847 messages since January. 2,847. I scroll through the dates, multiple texts every day. Some days 50 or 60. I can't see the content, just the volume, but the pattern is clear. January, sporadic. February, increasing. March, constant. April, constant. May, constant. I look at the ultrasound again. 8 weeks, due December. I had a vasectomy 3 years ago. Our marriage was as empty as my sperm count. I don't confront her. I don't scream. I don't cry. I sit on the bed for 20 minutes holding that ultrasound and I plan. First, I screenshot the text log. Then I go to the bathroom. Behind my shaving cream, there's a bottle I've never seen before. Prenatal vitamins. The label has Becca's name on it. Prescription from April. I take a photo. I go back to the bedroom. I put the ultrasound back in the gym bag exactly where I found it. When Becca gets home at 7:15, I'm downstairs making dinner. She kisses my cheek. She smells like lavender and sweat. She says her class went great. She asks about my flight. I say it was fine. She doesn't mention the ultrasound. I don't either. For the next 10 days, I watch. Day 1, she takes her prenatal vitamin at breakfast while I'm getting coffee. She thinks I don't see. I see. Day 2, I check the text log again. 43 messages to Danny. I still can't read them, but I don't need to. The ultrasound told me everything. Day 3, I'm in the garage. Danny's truck pulls into his driveway. He sees me. He waves. I wave back. He jogs over. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Good. You? Real good. Real good. He's got this grin. This smug, I know something you don't grin. Hey, you guys doing anything Memorial Day weekend? We're thinking of having some people over. Not sure yet. I'll ask Becca. Cool, cool. She's great, by the way. You're a lucky guy. I know. He claps me on the shoulder, walks back to his truck. I watch him go. If you've ever made a choice to protect someone you love, even if it meant lying to them, I need you to understand why I did this. But now, watching this, I'm done protecting. Day 5. Becca's on the phone in the backyard. I can hear her through the kitchen window. She's laughing. I haven't heard her laugh like that in months. No, he doesn't know, she says. I'm waiting for the right time. Pause. I know. I'm scared too. Pause. You're right. It'll be okay. We'll tell them together. She hangs up, comes inside, sees me at the counter, smiles. Who is that? I ask. Oh, just Sarah from yoga. She's pregnant too. We're due around the same time. I nod. I smile. I say, that's great. Day 8, I log into our bank account. There's a withdrawal from 2 months ago I didn't notice before. $18,000. The memo says, home improvement. I text Danny. Hey man, did we ever settle up on that deck work from 2023? He texts back, yeah, all good. Thanks again. $18,000. For what? Day 12. Becca's in the shower. Her phone buzzes on the nightstand. I glance over. The notification preview says, Danny C. Can't wait to tell everyone. His face will be priceless. I screenshot it through the lock screen. That night, Becca curls up next to me on the couch. We're watching a movie. She puts her head on my shoulder. Mike, she says softly, yeah? What if we had a barbecue, like soon, something special, invite the neighbors, family. I want to share some good news. I pause the movie. I look at her. She's glowing. She's happy. She's been lying to me for months. That sounds great, I say. When were you thinking? Maybe next Saturday? Let's do it. She kisses me. Thank you. I love you. I love you too. She falls asleep on my shoulder. I stare at the TV. I don't move. The next day, I text Thomas, you free Saturday? We're having a BBQ. Bring the kids. He texts back, sure. Everything okay? I text, will be. Saturday morning, the day of the barbecue. I wake up at 6 a.m. Becca's still asleep. I go downstairs and start coffee. Thomas texts, I'm bringing potato salad. What time? I text back, 2 p.m. Come at 1. I need to talk to you first. He sends a thumbs up. At 8 a.m., Becca comes downstairs. She's humming. She pulls out a chalkboard from the pantry, the menu board I made for our first BBQ back in 2014. Oak frame, black slate. She wipes it clean and grabs pink chalk from the junk drawer. She writes, celebrating baby. She draws a little heart around the word baby. She steps back, admires it. What do you think? She asks. Looks great, I say. She beams. I'm so excited, Mike. I know we've been waiting so long, but I really think this time is different. I feel different. I'm happy for you, I say. She doesn't catch the phrasing. She's too excited. At 9 a.m., I go to my office. I unlock the safe. I pull out the medical records from March 2022, vasectomy consent form, procedure notes, Thomas's signature at the bottom. I pull out the sperm count test from last month, my annual checkup. 0 sperm count, tested every year. 0. I put them in a manila envelope. I seal it. I put it back in the safe. At 11 a.m., Becca's setting up tables in the backyard. I help her carry chairs from the garage. She's talking about who's coming. Her parents, my parents, a dozen neighbors, some friends from her yoga studio. I invited Danny and Lisa, she says casually. They're coming around too. Great, I say. At 12:30, I fire up the grill. Test the propane, check the coals, everything's ready. At 1 p.m., Thomas arrives. His kids run to the backyard. He walks over to me, hands me the potato salad. "What's going on?" he asks quietly. "Inside," I say. We go to my office. I close the door. I hand him the envelope. "Open it," I say. He does. He looks at the paperwork. His face goes pale. "Mike, what?" "Becca's pregnant." He stares at me. "That's not possible." "I know." "Jesus Christ, how long have you known?" 2 weeks. "And you're what? You're doing this today, here?" She planned it. This whole barbecue she wanted to announce. She invited him, Danny Carter, 3 doors down, the guy I paid to build our deck. Thomas sits down. "Mike." "He's going to announce it to everyone. I'm going to let him." "And then?" "And then I'm going to tell the truth." Thomas looks at the medical records. "You want me to..." "You're a doctor. You performed the procedure. If anyone questions it, you confirm." He's quiet for a long time. Then he nods. "Okay. Thank you." We go back outside. At 1:45, neighbors start arriving. I smile. I shake hands. I flip burgers. At 2:07 p.m., Danny's truck pulls up. He gets out. He's holding a bottle of champagne. He's grinning. He walks up to me at the grill. "Big day, huh, Mike?" "Big day," I say. He leans in. "Between you and me, brother, I'm about to make your year." I flip a burger. "Can't wait." He walks over to Becca. He touches her arm. She smiles. They talk quietly. She glances at me. I look away. Thomas stands next to me. "You sure about this?" he asks. I watch Danny pop the champagne. I watch him pour Becca a glass. She waves it off, points to her stomach. He laughs. He pours himself a double. "I'm sure," I say. The first guest arrived at 2 p.m. Danny showed up at 2:07 with a bottle of champagne and a smile that said he'd already won. He hadn't. By 2:30, there are 30 people in my backyard. My parents are here. Becca's parents are here. Our neighbors from both sides. 3 couples from Becca's yoga studio. A few guys I fly with. Kids running through the sprinkler. Normal. Everything looks completely normal. Danny's on his 3rd glass of champagne. He's talking to a group of men by the fence. Construction guys he works with. Neighbors he's done projects for. He's loud. Getting louder. Every few minutes he glances at Becca. She's by the food table with her mom, arranging a fruit platter. I'm at the grill, flipping chicken, checking burgers, playing the part. "Mike," my dad walks over, beer in hand. "This is great. When's the last time we did something like this?" "Too long," I say. Becca seems happy, really happy. "I haven't seen her like this since before." He trails off. We both know what he means. Before the miscarriages. "Yeah," I say. "She's doing well." He claps me on the back. "You're a good man, son, taking care of her through all that." I nod. I don't trust myself to speak. At 2:45, Danny corners me by the cooler. He's drunk enough to sway slightly when he talks. Mike. He puts his hand on my shoulder. "You know what? You're a good guy. A really good guy." "Thanks, Danny." "No, I mean it. What you've been through with Becca, all those, the losses, that's rough, man, but hey." He grins, takes a sip of champagne. Things are looking up, right?" I look at him, really look at him. He's 38, decent looking, works with his hands, divorced 2 years ago, lives alone 3 doors down in a house that needs paint. "Right," I say. "I got something to tell you later," he says. "Something big. You're going to be so happy, brother." I flip a burger. "Can't wait." He walks away. Thomas appears beside me. "He's really going to do it," Thomas says quietly. "Yeah." "Mike, you don't have to..." "Yes, I do." At 3, Becca's mom finds the menu board. She's in the kitchen, and I hear her gasp. "Oh my God! Rick, come here." Becca's dad jogs over. I can see them through the sliding door. Her mom is pointing at the chalkboard. "Celebrating baby!" in pink chalk with the little heart. Her mom starts crying. Happy tears. She hugs Becca's dad. They come outside looking for Becca. Honey! Her mom rushes over. Are you? Becca blushes. She glances at me, then at Danny, then back to her mom. We're going to make an announcement later, she says. Just wait a little bit, okay? Her mom hugs her. Oh, sweetheart, after everything, I'm so happy for you. I watch this from the grill. Becca's mom thinks it's mine. Everyone thinks it's mine. At 3:20, Danny's ex-wife Lisa arrives with their 2 kids, Jake, who's 10, and Emma, who's 7. I didn't know she was coming. Danny didn't mention it. Lisa's an elementary school teacher, thin, tired-looking. She's been through hell with Danny's infidelity. That's why they divorced. When I see her, something in my chest tightens. She doesn't deserve to be blindsided again, but here she is. Danny sees her. His face changes, just for a second. Annoyance. Then he plasters the smile back on. Lisa, hey, thanks for bringing the kids. You said it was important, she says coolly. Family barbecue. Yeah, it is. He glances at Becca again. Real important. Lisa follows his gaze. She's not stupid. I can see the gears turning. She looks at Becca's glowing face. At the menu board visible through the kitchen window, at Danny's champagne glass. She looks at me. I look back. Something passes between us, an understanding. She knows something's wrong. Mike, she says, walking over. Need any help? I'm good, thanks. She lowers her voice. Danny's been weird all week. Secretive. He keeps saying he has big news to share with the kids. I thought maybe he got a new job or something, but... She glances at Becca again. Is there something I should know? Here's the question I couldn't answer. When someone breaks your trust, do you give them a chance to confess, or do you gather proof first? Type A for give them a chance, or B for gather proof. I chose B. Stay, I say quietly. You'll want to stay. She studies my face. Then she nods. Okay. At 3:45, one of the yoga moms pulls Becca aside. I can hear them from where I'm standing. So, when are you due? Becca laughs, touches her stomach. December, early December. That's wonderful. How far along? About 11 weeks now. The math is right there. 11 weeks. Conceived early September. No, wait. She said 8 weeks on the ultrasound 3 weeks ago. So now she's 11 weeks. That tracks. Conceived late March. I was in Tokyo. And Mike must be thrilled, the yoga mom says. He is, Becca says. She looks over at me, smiles. We've been trying for so long. This is our miracle. Miracle. The word lands like a punch. At 4 DOS, I excuse myself. I go inside. I need a minute, just 1 minute where I'm not smiling. I go to the bathroom, close the door, look at myself in the mirror. I look normal. Tired, maybe, but normal. On the counter next to the soap is the prenatal vitamin bottle. Becca must have taken one this morning and forgot to put it back. I pick it up, read the label. Prenatal Complete plus DHA. The prescription sticker has her name. Dr. Morrison, filled April 14th, 30 pills, half gone. I hear footsteps. I put the bottle down. The door opens. Lisa. She stops when she sees me. Sorry, Then she sees the bottle. She picks it up, reads the label, looks at me. Mike. I don't say anything. How long have you known? She asks. 2 weeks. Jesus. She sits on the edge of the bathtub. It's Danny, isn't it? He's the father. Yes. And you're letting him... What? You're letting him announce it? Here, in front of everyone? Yes. She's quiet for a long moment. Then she laughs, bitter, exhausted. You know what? Good. Let him. Let him hang himself in front of 40 people. God knows he deserves it. Lisa, no. She stands up. Whatever you're planning, Mike, I'm staying. I'm staying and I'm watching. And when this blows up in his face, I'm going to remember it forever. She pauses. My lawyer's going to love this. Full custody modification. Here we come. She walks out. leaves the prenatal vitamins on the counter. I follow her back outside. At 4:15, Olivia finds me. She's holding a photo album, the one we keep in the living room, pictures from when she was a baby. "Daddy, look." She opens it to a page from 2016, me holding newborn Olivia in the hospital. Becca beside me, exhausted and radiant. We're both smiling. "That's you when I was born," Olivia says. "Yeah, sweetie." "Mommy says I'm going to be a big sister." I freeze. "She told you that?" "Not exactly. I heard her on the phone with Danny. She said Olivia's going to love having a little brother or sister." My throat closes. "Olivia, is it true? Are we getting a baby?" I kneel down, look her in the eyes. She's 9. She's innocent. She doesn't understand what's about to happen. "Maybe," I say. "I hope it has your eyes, Daddy. You have nice eyes." Something breaks inside me. Not anger, just loss. The loss of what I thought we had, what I thought we were building. "Thank you, sweetheart." "And I'll teach it how to ride a bike," she says, "like you taught me." I hug her. She hugs back. Over her shoulder, I see Danny watching us. He's smiling. He thinks he's won. If you've ever had to protect your child from an ugly truth, just type, "I tried." I kiss Olivia's forehead. "Go play with Emma and Jake, okay?" "Okay." She runs off. I close the photo album. I look at that picture from 2016, back when I believed we'd have more kids, back when I didn't know about the miscarriages yet, back when I thought our biggest challenge was sleep deprivation. I close the book. I set it on the table. At 4:40, Danny's getting louder. He's gathered a group of men, neighbors, friends, my flying buddies. He's telling a story about a job site, waving his champagne glass, laughing too hard. And I said to the guy, "You can't build a deck on sand, man." But he didn't listen, and 2 months later, he catches himself, looks at me, grins. "Mike's deck, though, that's solid, that's quality, right, Mike?" Everyone looks at me. "Best deck on the block," I say. "Damn right." Danny raises his glass. Mike's a good man, loyal, supportive, the kind of guy who stands by his wife no matter what. There's something cruel in his tone, something smug. He's baiting me. He doesn't know I know, but he's enjoying this. Thomas steps closer to me. "Mike," he whispers, "this is sadistic." "I know. You don't have to do this." "Yes, I do." At 5 args, the sun is starting to dip. Golden hour. The yard looks beautiful. Kids are playing. Adults are laughing. The smell of grilled meat and summer flowers. Danny sets down his empty glass. He walks to the center of the deck. He taps a fork against a bottle. Hey everyone, can I get your attention for a second?" The conversations die down. People turn to look. Becca's face goes pale. She wasn't expecting this now, not like this. "Danny," she starts, and no, it's okay, it's time. He's drunk, swaying, happy. "Mike, Becca, get over here." Becca walks over slowly. I stay by the grill. "Mike, come on, man. This is your moment, too." I walk over. I stand across from them. Danny's on the left. Becca's in the middle. I'm on the right. Thomas positions himself near me. 40 people are watching. Danny raises his champagne glass. He's beaming. "So, Mike and Becca have been friends of mine for a long time. Good people, good neighbors. And they've been through some tough times. Some real tough times." Becca's eyes are wide. She's shaking her head slightly. "Danny, wait, but good things come to those who wait, right?" He looks at Becca, at her stomach. "And sometimes good things come from unexpected places." Oh God, he's really doing this. "I'm just gonna say it," Danny says. "Becca's pregnant." A few people gasp. Becca's mom claps. Someone whistles. And here's the thing, Danny's grin gets wider. I'm the father. Complete silence. Someone drops a plate. It shatters on the stone patio. Becca's face goes white. My mom's face goes white. Lisa's face goes red. Danny doesn't seem to notice. He's looking at me, glass raised. Mike, brother, I know this is a lot to take in, but hear me out. Becca and I, we've been seeing each other for a while now, and yeah, it started as a mistake, but it became something real, something beautiful, and we wanted you to hear it from us, together. Because we respect you, man. We do. Becca is frozen. She's staring at Danny like he's a stranger. Danny, what are you doing? She hisses. I'm telling the truth. He laughs. Come on, babe. We talked about this. We said we'd tell everyone today. This is it. This is our moment. Not like this. Why not like this? It's a party. It's a celebration. I watch this. I say nothing. Thomas looks at me, nods, comment, watching, if you've ever had to sit through something you knew was coming but couldn't stop. Danny turns back to the crowd. So yeah, Mike, you're going to be an uncle to my kid. I know it's weird, but we're all adults here, right? We can handle this. And Becca, she deserves to be happy. She deserves a family, a real family, with a man who can give her what she needs. That last part lands like a slap. A few people gasp. Someone whispers, "Oh my God." Becca's crying now. Not happy tears, humiliated tears. Danny finally notices. Babe, what's wrong? I thought you'd be happy. You're drunk, she says. You're embarrassing me. I'm not drunk. I'm happy. We're having a baby. Danny, stop. Why? It's the truth. Because it's not supposed to be like this. I set down my spatula. I walk forward, slowly. Every eye in the yard is on me now. Danny sees me coming. He grins. Mike, say something, man. Tell everyone it's okay. Tell them we're all good. I stop 3 feet from him. I look him in the eyes. I had a vasectomy 3 years ago, I say. You could hear the champagne bottle roll across the deck. It hits the edge, stops. Danny blinks. What? I had a vasectomy, March 14th, 2022. Silence. Total silence. Not even the kids are making noise. Becca's face goes from white to gray. Mike, Danny's still processing. A vasectomy? But you guys were trying... No, I say. She was trying. I was shooting blanks. Someone in the crowd makes a sound. Half laugh, half gasp. Danny shakes his head. That doesn't... She's pregnant with my baby. I'm the father. I know, I say, because I can't be. The realization hits him, slowly, like a truck in slow motion. Wait, you mean you just claimed paternity for my wife's baby in front of 40 witnesses, I say. Congratulations, Danny. That baby's biologically impossible for me, but it's very real for you. His face goes red, then pale, then red again. Becca starts backing away. Mike, let me explain. Explain what? I turn to her. Explain the 2008-47 text messages. Explain the $18,000 withdrawal. Explain the prenatal vitamins you've been hiding in our bathroom for 3 months. Her mouth opens. Nothing comes out. Thomas steps forward. He pulls out his phone. He's pulled up his medical credentials on the screen. I'm Dr. Thomas Harrison, he says to the crowd. I'm a urologist at Mercy General. On March 14th, 2022, I performed a vasectomy on my brother, Michael. Post-operative sperm count, 0. He's been tested annually since. Most recent test, April 2025. Sperm count, 0. He looks at Danny. That baby is biologically impossible for Mike, but it's very possible for you. Danny's champagne glass slips from his hand. It shatters on the deck. For maybe 5 seconds, nobody moves. Then everyone moves at once. Becca's mom starts crying, not happy tears anymore. Becca's dad steps forward. What the hell is going on? My mom grabs my dad's arm. Did he just say... Lisa Carter laughs. One sharp bark of vindicated laughter. Oh, Danny, you stupid, stupid man. Danny's face is cycling through colors like a broken traffic light. This is... No, you're lying. You're making this up because... Because what? I ask. Because my wife's been sleeping with you for 6 months? Because she's carrying your child. Which part am I lying about? Becca's backing toward the house. Mike, please, can we talk about this inside? No. I don't raise my voice. I don't need to. You wanted to celebrate. You wrote it on the menu board. Celebrating baby. You invited everyone. You planned this, so let's celebrate. Thomas is still holding his phone up. I can show you the medical records if anyone wants verification. Procedure notes, consent forms, 3 years of annual sperm analysis. All documented. One of my flying buddies, Jason, steps forward. Mike, man, are you serious right now? Dead serious. And you knew. You knew she was pregnant and you just let this happen? I found out 2 weeks ago. Found the ultrasound in her gym bag. Did the math. Realized it was impossible. So yes, I let this happen. I wanted everyone to hear it from him. Danny's starting to panic now, sweat on his forehead, hands shaking. Becca, tell them. Tell them this is wrong. Tell them. Shut up, Danny. Becca's crying, but there's anger in it now. Just shut up. You weren't supposed to. We were supposed to tell him privately first, then... Privately? I turned to her. You mean after you announced it at our barbecue, after you wrote it on the menu board, after your mom started crying thinking it was mine? She flinches. Becca's dad steps between us. Mike, I don't understand. You had a vasectomy. Why didn't you tell her? Because after 3 miscarriages, I couldn't watch her go through a 4th. I thought I was protecting her. I look at Becca. Turns out I was just delaying the inevitable. You lied to me, Becca screams. For 3 years, we were trying and you knew. You knew it would never work. And you lied to your vows, I say quietly. So I guess we're even. That's not... She can't finish. She's sobbing too hard. My mom walks over to me, puts her hand on my arm. Michael, we should go inside. We should... No, Mom. Everyone's here. Everyone heard Danny announce he's the father. Everyone should hear the rest. I walk into the house, to my office. I unlock the safe. I pull out the manila envelope. When I come back outside, the crowd has split into clusters. Some people are comforting Becca. Some are standing with Lisa, who's on her phone already, probably calling her lawyer. Some are just staring. Danny sees the envelope. What's that? I hand it to Thomas. Show them. Thomas pulls out the medical records. He reads aloud, Patient Michael James Harrison. Date of procedure, March 14th, 2022. Vasectomy performed via no scalpel technique. Post-operative sperm analysis, 0 motile sperm. Patient counseled on permanence of procedure. He pulls out the next page. Annual follow-up, March 2023, 0 sperm count. March 2024, 0 sperm count. April 2025, 0 sperm count. He looks up. 3 years of documentation. Mike can't have biological children. That baby is not his. Someone in the crowd whispers, Oh my God. Thomas pulls out his phone, shows the screen to the people nearest him, my parents, Becca's parents, Jason. These are my medical credentials. I performed the procedure. I've maintained his records. This isn't a lie. This is documented medical fact. Becca's dad looks at her. Rebecca, is this true? Is that baby his? He points at Danny. Becca can't speak. She just nods. Her mom makes a sound like she's been punched. She steps away from Becca. How could you? Mom, please. We were here. We were celebrating. We thought. Her mom can't finish. She turns away. Danny's trying to salvage something, anything. Look, okay, yes, Becca and I have been seeing each other, but it's not like she's making it sound. It's real. We're in love. We're going to be a family. You're married, Danny. Lisa says coldly. Oh, wait. No, you're not. Because you cheated on me, too. With Melissa from your office. Remember her? Danny's face goes red. That was different. It's never different with you. Lisa turns to Becca. Welcome to the club, honey. He'll cheat on you, too. Give it a year. Lisa, that's not fair. Fair? Lisa's voice rises. You want to talk about fair? You slept with a married woman? You got her pregnant? You just announced it at a family barbecue like you're proud of yourself. And now, she holds up her phone. Now you've given me everything I need to get full custody of Jake and Emma. So thank you, Danny. Thank you for being exactly as stupid as I always knew you were. Danny's face crumbles. You can't. They're my kids. They're my kids who deserve better than a father who publicly humiliates people and destroys families. She looks at me. Mike, I'm sorry you're going through this, but I'm not sorry this happened in front of witnesses. I nod. Neither am I. Jason steps forward. He's holding his phone. Mike, I hate to ask this, but do you have any other proof? Text messages or anything? Because if this goes to court, I have 2,147 text messages logged between Becca and Danny since January. I pull out my phone. I pull up the screenshots. I can't see the content because I don't have her passcode, but I can see the volume. And I have 3 specific messages I screenshotted from notification previews. I show Jason the phone. He reads them. His face hardens. Jesus. Read them, I say. Jason hesitates. Then he reads aloud. May 3rd, Danny to Becca. I can't wait to give you the family Mike never could. Becca makes a broken sound. June 12th, Danny to Becca. He doesn't deserve you. He's broken. My mom gasps. July 1st, Danny to Becca. When we tell everyone, his face will be priceless. Silence, the cruel kind, the kind where everyone realizes just how planned this was. Danny tries to backtrack. I didn't mean, that was taken out of context. What context makes that okay? Jason asks. Danny has no answer. My dad steps forward. He looks at Becca. We welcomed you into this family. We supported you through the miscarriages. We loved you like a daughter. His voice cracks. And this is what you do? I'm sorry. Becca whispers, I'm so sorry. You're not sorry you did it, my mom says. You're sorry you got caught. Becca can't argue with that. One of the neighbors, Rob, the guy who owns the construction company Danny works for, walks over to Danny. His wife was at the barbecue. They saw everything. Danny, you're done, Rob says. What? You're fired. Monday morning. Clean out your desk. You can't fire me for my personal life. I can fire you for conduct that reflects poorly on my company. You just admitted to an affair in front of 40 people, including 3 of my clients. Rob points to 3 couples in the crowd. They nod. I can't have a foreman who brags about wrecking homes at company events. You're done. Danny's mouth opens and closes. No words come out. Rob turns to me. Mike, I'm sorry this happened at your house. Jenny and I are going to head out. But if you need anything, a witness statement, whatever, call me. Thank you, I say. Rob and his wife leave. 3 other couples follow. They nod to me as they pass. They don't look at Becca or Danny. Becca's parents are next. Her dad looks at her. Don't call us. Don't come to the house. We need time to process this. Dad, please. You humiliated us, Rebecca. You humiliated yourself. You humiliated your husband. He takes his wife's hand. Let's go. They leave. Becca's alone now, standing in the middle of my deck. Her celebrating baby chalkboard still visible in the kitchen behind her. Danny tries one more time. Becca, we need to talk. We need to figure out... Get away from me, she says. But the baby... Get away from me. Danny backs up. He looks around. Everyone's staring at him. He looks at me. Mike, Leave, I say. Both of you. Get off my property. This is my neighborhood too. And this is my house. Leave. Danny stands there for a moment. Then he walks to his truck. He stumbles once. He gets in. He drives away. Becca's still standing there. Mike, can we please... No. I can explain. You texted him while I was at work. You let him touch you in our bed. You took $18,000 from our account for God knows what. You plan to announce this pregnancy at our barbecue and make me look like an idiot. What's left to explain? She's shaking. I didn't know about the vasectomy. You lied to me. I lied to protect you from more grief. You lied to sleep with another man. Those aren't the same thing. I loved you, she whispers. Past tense. Yeah, I noticed. She picks up her purse. She walks to her car. She's still crying. Nobody stops her. Nobody comforts her. She drives away. The remaining guests start to disperse. A few people hug me, tell me they're sorry. Lisa stays. So does Thomas. So do my parents. Where's Olivia? My mom asks suddenly. Panic floods me. I look around. Olivia! No answer. I run inside, up the stairs. Her door is closed. I knock. Sweetheart? Quiet crying on the other side. I open the door. She's on her bed, curled up. The photo album from earlier is open beside her, the picture of us in the hospital when she was born. Hey, I say softly. I sit on the edge of her bed. You okay? Is Mommy coming back? She asks. My heart breaks. Not to live here, no. Did I do something wrong? I pull her into my lap. No, baby, you didn't do anything wrong. This is not your fault. But Mommy's pregnant, and everyone was yelling, and Danny said, she can't finish. Olivia, look at me. She does. Her eyes are red. Your mom and I are going to live in different houses now, but that doesn't change how much I love you. You're my daughter. You're my family. You'll always be my family. What about the baby? I take a breath. The baby is going to be your half-brother or half-sister. And when you're older, if you want to know them, that's your choice. But right now, you don't have to worry about that, okay? What about Uncle Thomas? I smile. Uncle Thomas isn't going anywhere. Neither am I. She hugs me. I hold her until she stops crying. Downstairs, Thomas is cleaning up. Lisa's helping. My parents are packing up food. I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow, I tell Thomas. I'll send you the medical records tonight. PDF, everything you need. Lisa looks up. I'm calling mine too. Danny's little speech is going to cost him his kids. I'm sorry, Lisa. She shakes her head. Don't be. I needed this. The judge kept giving him joint custody because he seemed like he'd changed. Well, now I have 40 witnesses who saw him brag about getting another man's wife pregnant. She smiles grimly. He's done. My mom hugs me. We'll help with Olivia, whatever you need. Thanks, Mom. They leave around 8 p.m. The house is empty. Just me and Thomas and Olivia, who's fallen asleep on the couch. I sit on the deck where Danny stood. My phone has 127 messages, texts from neighbors, friends, people I haven't talked to in years, words spreading. I turn off my phone. Thomas sits down beside me. You okay? No, but I will be. He hands me a beer. We sit in silence for a while. Then he says, You know, when you asked me to do that vasectomy, I thought you were making a mistake. I was. But not because of the procedure. Because you didn't tell her. He takes a sip. I thought it would destroy your marriage. It did. No, he says. She destroyed it. You just made it harder for her to hide. I think about that. Maybe. Not maybe. Definitely. He stands up. I'm going to head out, but call me tomorrow. We'll get everything lined up for your lawyer. Tom? Yeah? Thank you. He nods. He leaves. I sit there until it gets dark, until the neighbors' lights go off, until it's just me and the sound of crickets and the smell of charred meat from the grill. If you've ever watched karma work in real time, you know this feeling. It's not victory. It's just balance. I go inside. I carry Olivia to her bed. I tuck her in. I go to my room. I lie on top of the covers. I stare at the ceiling. I don't cry. I don't rage. I just breathe. The hardest part is over. 3 months later, the courthouse is smaller than I expected, quieter. The custody hearing took 2 hours. My lawyer presented the evidence. The text messages, the timeline, the public admission of paternity, the medical records proving the baby isn't mine. Becca's lawyer tried to argue that I'd deceived her about the vasectomy, that I'd manipulated the situation at the barbecue. The judge wasn't impressed. Mr. Harrison's vasectomy, while not disclosed to his wife, does not constitute infidelity or abuse, she said. Mrs. Harrison's extramarital affair and subsequent pregnancy, however, does constitute abandonment of the marital relationship. In light of witness testimony regarding the defendant's decision-making and the child's need for stability, I'm awarding primary physical custody to the petitioner. I got Olivia. Full primary custody. Becca gets supervised visitation every other weekend. Outside the courthouse, my lawyer shakes my hand. That was about as clean as it gets. What about Danny? I ask. Paternity test came back. 99.97% match. He's the biological father. He's on the hook for child support when the baby's born. And Lisa? She got her custody modification. Danny sees his kids 1 weekend a month now. Supervised. I nod. Good. I drive home. Olivia's with my parents. When I get there, she runs to me. Did we win? We won, sweetheart. She hugs me. Over her shoulder, my dad gives me a thumbs up. 6 months later, it's May. The weather's perfect. Thomas and Olivia and I are in the backyard planting tomatoes. Olivia's kneeling in the dirt, hands covered in soil. She's laughing because Thomas just told her a terrible joke about why tomatoes never win races. They're always playing catch-up. This one's yours, Thomas says, handing her a seedling. You take care of it. It'll give you fruit all summer. Really? Really. She plants it carefully, pats the soil down, looks up at me. Daddy, can I ask you something? Always. Do you think Mommy's baby is born yet? I glance at Thomas. He nods slightly. I kneel down beside her. Yes, sweetheart. Your brother was born last month. His name is Carter. Do I have to meet him? Not if you don't want to, but someday, if you do want to, we'll figure it out. Okay? She thinks about this. Maybe when I'm older. Whenever you're ready. She goes back to planting. Thomas hands me a seedling. I dig a hole, plant it. The soil is warm. The sun is bright. Olivia's humming. You doing okay? Thomas asks quietly. Yeah, I am. And I mean it. It took 6 months, but the anger's gone. The betrayal's still there. It probably always will be, but it doesn't burn anymore. It's just a fact, something that happened, something I survived. Uncle Thomas? Olivia asks. Are you going to come to my birthday party? Wouldn't miss it. Good, because you're family. Thomas's eyes get a little wet. He clears his throat. Thanks, kiddo. I look at them, at Olivia covered in dirt, grinning, at Thomas showing her how to water without drowning the roots, at the three of us, hands in soil, building something new. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who choose to stay when the storm hits. If you found family in unexpected places, a friend who became a sibling, a neighbor who became a guardian, tell me about them in the comments. We don't leave the ones who earn it. Daddy, Olivia says, why do we plant tomatoes if we can just buy them at the store? I smile, because some things are better when you grow them yourself, when you choose where they go, when you take care of them. She nods like this makes perfect sense. Thomas hands her another seedling. You know what's funny? Some seeds don't grow where you plant them. The wind carries them somewhere else, or animals move them, and they end up in totally different soil. Do they still grow? Olivia asks. If the soil's good, yeah, they grow even better. I meet Thomas's eyes. He smiles. Olivia plants the last seedling, stands up, looks at the neat row of tomato plants. We made a garden. We did, I say. She grabs both our hands. Can we get ice cream now? Thomas laughs. Absolutely. We walk inside to wash up. Through the kitchen window, I can see the deck where Danny stood 6 months ago. The chalkboard is gone now. stored in the garage, wiped clean. The ghost outline of celebrating baby, still visible if you look close but fading. Some seeds don't grow where you plant them, but family, real family, grows where it chooses to. And this, Olivia, between us, laughing about ice cream covered in dirt, this is where it chose to grow.